Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fifth Gear Show. We are in episode 8 this week. We have some of the junior girls on the show today. We've got a special guest host here for the beginning. Elliot's going to be on here for the second time. And as always, I got Tony to my left here. This week, we are starting to taper, and everyone's getting a little rest, and people are going to start feeling good. Although Elliot here to the right of me said he was not feeling good this morning, but I think it's going to come. It takes a little bit of time. It's not going to instantly make you feel good, but we're coming off a meet last week at Truman came here, girls and guys, and swam really well in that meet, I think, on both sides. Guys taking the win, girls falling a little bit short, but a lot of the girls' races were swam really well, and I think it was just a couple out touches basically on the girls' side. But how do you feel we swam last week, Tony?
I thought we swam really well. I want to add combined.
Yeah, that's right.
I know it's not an NCAA official score, but we take some pride in that.
Yeah.
But some really good swims. Yeah, like you said, we had a couple opportunities on the girls' side. Had some really close races. Had a few wins. Got out touched a couple times, but hopefully we'll be on the better end of that next week. For the guys, had some really great relay swims. I think our fastest ever in season school history in the 4 medley, and one of the fastest in the 400 freestyle relay. So good things to come in about a week.
Yeah, a lot of momentum going into this mid-season meet. Next week, Tony and I have been, we talk about every day, it feels like it's taken forever to get there, but it's man, we really want to get to that meet so we can just start crushing it. So super excited. And Elliot, I know you said you weren't feeling too great in the pool this morning, but I think it's going to be there next week. And what are you looking forward to at this mid-season meet?
Probably it's going to be the first time we probably put on a suit this year.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing Eddie Reese this weekend, so might throw down some shiesty times and some relays and a tech. But it'll be the first time we get to race actual events, not odd distance in a suit. So I'm pretty pumped for it. Definitely the month of October and into November, the practices, we have dwindled it down because of taper, but it's been still pretty tough. So I was probably just feeling it this morning. But it's also probably coming with taper blues. So really excited to see what everybody can do, me included.
Yeah, and some of the stuff we've been doing, we've been definitely keeping the speed up in the even at the taper practices. We just want that sense of speed. You're not just going into a complete lull of no competition, and just trying to keep that competitive juice going. This morning we've been doing hundreds broken off the block, just all out sprint, and just see what people can go, put down a time. And I think that just kind of keeps that juice going as far as going into next week. And then we got the Eddie Reese invite tomorrow. Don't come out to it, it's just a practice, but we'll be swimming some over yardages, and that should be fun tomorrow. Tony, how do you feel going in as far as the Eddie Reese meet tomorrow? Is just kind of what are you looking at as far as, what they want to put down in these races? What are you looking for, basically?
Well, with the off distances, everyone's doing a 300 of their event. Distance swimmers are doing a 600. So from one end, it's how long they can hold their 500 speed, or from the other end, how aggressive can they be going out in their 1,000. On the more mid-sprint side, it's how long can they kind of hold their 200 speed. Mm-hmm. So no real relation, only just kind of seeing what you can hold, and what, it should make just the 200s of our strokes feel a lot easier next week. But we've got class relays, which is always really competitive. So a meet like this, or a practice like this, is more of rehearsing the energy that we want for our meets and for our competitions. So they've been pretty sassy this past week and pretty snarky in between, sets and stuff like that. So that tells us the energy's good on the teams.
Yeah, and we did this. They were called torture swims yesterday, and they did these no breath hundreds pretty much. And Franzi's about to come on. Was not a fan of this, and we might ask her about it when she comes on. But really looking forward to next week. We're going to have the girls come in here in a second. All right, we are back here with some of the junior girls. We've got Franzi on my left, and we got Amanda and Yulka on the right. Ladies, this is your junior year. You guys came in when I was my first year. I specifically remember each one of you that first day, and I always talked to them about this. I'm like, I feel like you guys were terrified of me when I came in. Like, this guy. Yeah, mostly because I'm big and maybe my voice is a little intimidating. It's not like high pitched and I don't know, more welcoming. I don't know. I guess my voice is probably not that welcoming. But
I was talking with Josh, and he said he could listen to you talk all day. I think it's the combo of the bass in your voice and like the slow Texas kind of draw.
Okay.
Very calming.
Yulka will tell me your grandma, right?
Yeah, my grandma loves me.
Yeah, your grandma loves my voice because it's deep, or what? Like, what is the reason?
Yeah, it's like deep and so calm, and just my grandma loves it.
Okay. We are really happy to have these girls on board, and I've really enjoyed coaching them for the past 3 years, third year this year. But Yulka, what has been your favorite time, like your moment? What's been really good about this team the past 3 years?
I think that the best is that I met people from all around the world, and this team became like small family. Only a little bit, but it became small family, and it was my big dream to come here. So just like I live my best life here, I guess.
And what I know you really like to cook Polish food because you make. Yulka's from Arkansas, if you can't tell, but no, she's from Poland. She makes a lot of Polish food, but what has been your favorite American food that you've kind of discovered here?
Oh, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese?
Yeah.
I feel like that might be one of the. I thought that was kind of everywhere. I didn't know that was like an American thing. Does that not exist
probably it exists, but maybe in a healthier way. And here in the United States, it's just straight, fast food, which I love. And baked mac and cheese by my best friend is just the best.
Okay. Amanda on my right here, she's a local girl. I actually saw her swim in a meet her senior year at Hazelwood. You were Central. Hazelwood Central. Okay. I remember seeing her swim, and it was just kind of funny how my first day here, I was like, I've seen this girl before, because she's got sleeve of tattoos on her arm, and I was like, this girl looks really familiar, and it turned out to be the same person. So, Amanda, what has been your favorite thing the past 3 years besides me coaching you?
My favorite thing definitely has to be the family that is built here, and then getting best times at conference every year. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, she's really performed like at clutch moments pretty much at mid-season or at the conference meets, especially last year at conference when you went best times and everything, I think, right?
No, not 100 breast, but my 200 free was really good, and I hope Tony doesn't put me in it again, but probably will.
But 100 fly, yes, and two breasts? Was it
2
best
breast
time?
and 200
Okay.
IM, yeah.
And 2 IM, okay. And Franzi, what has been your favorite thing over these past 3 years? Franzi is also from Arkansas, so you'll know. But no, she's from Germany.
No, I'm actually from Arkansas, as I learned in one of my first weeks in the U.S. I think my favorite thing is, besides connecting with people from all around the world, not even from all around the U.S., it's they're from South America. We have girls from South Africa, people from all over Europe. That's one of my favorite things over here. And then also practice-wise, coming back from a down and just swimming best times, and I think that's one of my favorite moments over here.
And I have stories about all three of these girls. So something I'll always remember, and Franzi still does this. It's not like she used to do this and doesn't do this anymore. But something I'll literally always remember Franzi doing until I die is she will ask. So we have the pace clocks in the pool area. And for some reason, Tony thinks there's a wormhole like around one of them, so space-time like stops and gets slower, so they get off by like, I don't know, every couple hours. It's what, like 5 seconds or something. Correct. And 20 seconds. But Franzi is very diligent and saying Kale, and then just does this, and then I'm like, oh yeah, forgot to go get those. So every time I look at a clock or a pace clock, I might think of that every single time. But the thing I'll always remember about Amanda is how in practices, and I don't know how this happens, but we'll be doing pace stuff where you have to hit a certain time or whatever. And she'll be hitting something where it's like, okay, that's okay, but I'm like, you need to go 31 right here, and she'll be like, Kale, I can't do that right now. And I'm like, yes you can, go 31, and then goes 31, and it happens almost 99% of the time. It's a little strange, but it's kind of funny. That's something I always remember about Amanda. And the thing that Yulka does is she sends me her eating pickles all the time, which is, she knows that I hate pickles, so she sends it to me, and it's either when I'm eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's always around that time, and it might never stop. I'm assuming she's probably just going to do that all the time.
I'm running out of pickles now, unfortunately, but a few weeks more and Olivia will go to Chicago again and bring me 1,000 jars of pickles.
But we're going to go around here, and they are going to ask us a question. Hopefully we can answer as best we can. Last week, the sophomore guys posed us with some super difficult ones, but they were fun. But Yulka, we'll start with you.
Maybe we can start with Franzi.
You don't have one yet? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll start with
no.
Franzi. Okay.
Okay, I have a question for both of you. What's something your brain tries to make you do and you have to will yourself to not do it?
I know it. The battle every day is if I'm going to get up out of bed right after my first alarm, or if I'm going to smash the snooze button. So that's definitely something there. And also at the table, I guess I've got two. Can I do two?
Yeah.
Second one is just like when there's food on the table, like I'll just eat it no matter what it is. Especially like at a Mexican restaurant, I will be completely stuffed, and I'll still just be stuffing chips and salsa in my mouth. So.
Yeah, I feel like that might be with everybody. There's a joke where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna have one chip in the chips and salsa, and then the whole thing's gone like 30 seconds later. So, man, mine is very similar to that, but I think so Tony and I work out middle of the day, sometimes of the week, and just getting that motivated just to do that is sometimes tough because we're the first people here, we're the last people to leave usually, so it's a long day here, and trying to muster that energy to get in the weight room or work out or sometimes swim. I swam a couple days ago, and it was rough. When I get older, it hurts way more. Oh, I said one of the forbidden words, but I get a little sore at the end. But
You have to run a hill now.
yeah. Oh, I got to run a hill now. Yeah. All right, Amanda.
If you could take out or put in any event in the Olympics, what would you put?
I would take out. Look, this is no offense to distance people at all. I love distance people.
Yeah, Becky will love you.
I would probably eliminate the mile. It's fine. Like, I respect what mile swimmers do 1,000%. it's just really boring to watch until like that last 100 basically. But I would say that, and then adding in Olympics, probably, I think we talked about this before, like one of either the skin style races or a 200 relay where they're starting from each end.
Yeah, I think I think open water for distance swimmers, I probably enjoy that a little bit more than a pool like long distance swim. So I'd eliminate a long distance swim. I think up to the 400s like really fun still to watch because it's like a really long sprint. Yeah, probably the mile. I would like to see, and a few of our swimmers have talked about this too, an 800 medley relay. So you do a 200 of each stroke.
That would be rough.
That'd be hard to watch.
It could.
Yeah. 200 fly.
Yeah.
That can also be really exciting.
It could be. There'd be a lot of variation.
That'd be a lot of grit and determination to get through that relay.
I guess to go away from Kale's distance answer, I don't like the mixed 4 medley relay. I love the mixed freestyle relay. But to me, I like seeing people across the pool side by side the whole time. I don't like the camera having to zoom out or you're missing different lanes. A mixed medley relay for sure.
Yeah.
It's so hard to choose to make the decision for it.
And the way that worked in the Olympics was like, you had some, those guys that are swimming are, some of them are 6'8", 6'9", and the girls are 5'10", 5'11". They're jumping in, and just the churn that those guys make and causing that for the girls on breaststroke or butterfly or whatever, it makes it so difficult to swim through that. And yeah, I think with the freestyle, it would be a little bit easier as far as that wash goes. But in the Olympics, it looked, especially on the U.S. team, who put together the weirdest lineup I've ever seen, and it didn't work. I would just say the freestyle relay too. That'd be a good one. But Yoko, do you have your question yet?
Yeah,
okay.
It's something not related to swimming. So, which country would you like to visit the most, and why?
Which country? I really want to go to Japan. We're gonna go this next summer, but still with all the COVID restrictions and all that, it just seems like it might not be the best time to go. So, I would say for me is gonna be Japan for sure.
We've actually got Spain kind of in the works, either like spring break or in the summer.
Okay.
But get some tapas and drink some sangria. I don't know if I can talk about drinking alcohol on this podcast, but we did it. I like sangria.
But yeah, I want to visit Poland. I want to visit Germany.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm German, and I wouldn't understand any of the language, but I would definitely like to visit there. But yeah, we really appreciate all three of these girls on our team. They've definitely become leaders on the team, and a lot of people look up to you guys. I know you're laughing, but they really do. And we give Franzi a hard time a lot, and we give who doesn't? But we love Franzi, and it really it's all in love, and we're not ever mean to her. I don't think she probably thinks we're being mean to her.
Although Franzi is very mean to me.
But yesterday you both were mean with this breath control set. I hated you for that.
Yeah.
That is one story. I need to tell this one real quick. So we were at training trip in Arizona a couple years ago, and we were talking about this yesterday. And they were doing widths, but it wasn't widths where it was just 6 lanes. It was like a 10-lane or 11-lane pool, I think.
They're like 25 meters plus.
Yeah, so it was long. And they were doing it at the end of practice. They were dead. And
we had an awful IM set before as well.
Franzi had no filter about how she felt about doing these widths.
She still has no filter.
Yeah, well, that's true. But she popped out, and it's something you would probably want to whisper. And I can't say one of the words. Yeah, I can't say one of the words. But she came up and said, "I hate Tony so much."
That before that? I thought it was just hate.
Oh, maybe
I thought there was
not.
more to it.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But it was, I hate Tony so much. And Tony looks at me and goes, "What'd you just say?" And I was like, I don't know. It's nothing. So that was always a funny. And while this is going on, we had synchronized swimming to our right, just, flailing around doing their music thing that we heard the same song every day for a week. While that was going on, but that was a pretty funny situation. But we will get some highlights from mid-season next week. I'm sure. I don't know if we're gonna have a show next week. We're gonna try to. We're gonna have Austin, Aiden, and Clark on next week. We'll see if we can fit them in somewhere. But we played a little golf today. It was freezing and windy, and I ended up losing to this guy to my left.
That might be a first.
But he had 6 strokes, so if we're talking straight up, ain't no chance.
You
but
blew a few holes.
I know, I did really. I really did blow it. I kind of gave it to him. Did you win that match, or did I lose it?
I took it. I'm used to overcoming. Kale's just been given the easy route the whole time. Just having so much experience golfing. The wind was really no factor for me. It was really getting in his head though.
Yeah, 40 miles an hour was nothing. But yeah, it was a little rough today. But we appreciate you guys watching. We will be back next week, hopefully, and then we'll be reporting back from our midseason meet, hopefully with a lot of records, a lot of B cuts, a lot of everything. So we will talk to you next week. Keep it in 5th gear and keep on going fast.